Hello, boys and girls. Today, we'll be reading A Squiggly Story by Andrew Larson and Mike Lowery. Before we read, we're going to learn some big idea words that will help us understand the story better. Our first word is idea. Can you say the word idea? Idea. Good job. When you have an idea, you have a thought about what to do. Look at the picture. My friend has an idea for a new game to play. When we plan our writing, we each come up with an idea before we write. Our next word is offer. Can you say the word offer? Offer. Great job. When you offer something to someone, you let him or her have it. Look at the picture. It was nice of you to offer to share your cherries. When I hold out a marker to you, I offer it to you so you can write with it. Our last word today is stuck. Can you say the word stuck? Stuck. Great job. When you are stuck, you can't think of what to do next. Look at the picture. We were stuck in the maze and didn't know which way to turn. Sometimes we get stuck in class. Asking for help from a classmate or the teacher can help us figure out what to do next. A Squiggly Story. Yesterday, we read a book about a little boy who was trying to write a story. Where did the story happen? Some of you may be thinking about the story the little boy wrote that happened at the beach. The story that was written by Andrew Larson happened at the little boy's home and at school. What was the story about? The story was about a little boy learning how to write his very own story. Today, we will read the story again to try to understand it better. We will use our words idea, offer, and stuck to help us better understand the book. A Squiggly Story, written by Andrew Larson, illustrated by Mike Lowery. My sister loves to read big words and little words, page after page, word after word. My sister loves to write big words and little words, page after page, word after word. Sometimes I pretend I can write too. Big letters and little letters, swirl after swirl, squiggle after squiggle. Boys and girls, look at all of the different squiggles and shapes he made to help pretend he was writing his own story. He even tried to write some words and letters to show that he was trying to write his story. You can do the same thing. What are you doing? I asked one day while we're sitting at the kitchen table. I'm writing a story. I wish I could write a story. You can. It's easy. How? I know my letters, but I don't know many words. Write what you know. Every story starts with a single word, and every word starts with a single letter. Why don't you start there with a letter? So I get my crayons and my pencils and a pad of paper, and I start to write. I start with a single letter. It's an easy letter. I. That's me. That's a good beginning. Now what? What's going to happen? How should I know? It's your story. You're the boss. What? I'm stuck. What happens in my story? I draw a circle, and it's a soccer ball. Boys and girls, we hear the word stuck on this page. That's when he didn't know what to do, so he just decided to draw a circle. And once he drew that circle, in his story, it became a soccer ball. Then I write another letter, U. It's you, I say to my sister. I'm playing soccer with you. Great. Where are we playing soccer? Maybe we're playing on the beach, I suggest. We've never played soccer on the beach. Where? The where in the story, boys and girls, is the setting. Every story needs to have a place that the story takes place. That is your where. So I do a bunch of dots for the sand on the beach. Then I make a bunch of V's. Big V's and little V's, wave after wave in the ocean. Now what? What do you mean? You have a beginning. Now we're in the middle of the story. Something else has to happen so we can get to the end. Isn't it so nice how his sister is helping him plan? She's helping him solve the problem. I'm stuck again. I start doodling. I doodle another V, but this time I doodle it upside down. Oh no! It's a shark! It's getting closer and closer. I flipped the page to get away from the shark. Oh my goodness, he scared himself, didn't he? When he made that upside down V, it made him think of the fin of a shark, so he was able to add more details to his story. The next day, I bring my story to school. It's my turn for show and tell. That means I get to sit in Mrs. Singh's chair. Everyone else sits on the carpet, ready to listen. You can see me sitting in Miss Singh's chair. Last night, I started to write a story. It's a sort of squiggly, but here goes. Once upon a time, there was a brother and sister, and they loved to play soccer. I am playing soccer with you. One day, they had an idea. They decided to play soccer on the beach, so they went to the beach and played soccer. Then they noticed something coming toward them in the water. It was a shark! A real live shark. It was getting closer and closer, and it was getting bigger and bigger. And that's as far as I got. That's wonderful, says Mrs. Singh. What happens next? What about the shark? What about the brother and the sister? I don't know. I'm stuck. Oh my goodness, friends, do you hear that word stuck again? When he gets stuck, he needs an idea. Class, does anyone have an idea? Jake waves his hand in the air. I do. Maybe one of them kicks the ball and it hits the shark in the head. Then maybe the shark bites the ball with his big pointy shark teeth. Oh, wow. Do you see how his friend is helping him with the idea? He got stuck and his friend is helping him by helping him get an idea of what to do next. Aaliyah offers another idea. What if the shark's name is Squiggles? And what if Squiggles is a vampire shark? What if she invites the brother and sister to ride on her back? And what if they become a vampire family and live forever? Vampires can't swim, everyone knows that. Of course they can swim. Vampires can do anything. But it's my story, and I don't want vampires in my story. If I was writing a story, I'd have lots of vampires. Then you should write one. But I like yours. Wow, I like how his friends are all helping him with ideas when he got stuck. That night after dinner, I sit down beside my sister. Her face is buried in a book. Boys and girls, that means that she's busy reading a book. It's been so nice of all of his friends and his sister to offer help. Let's see if his sister can help him out this time. I've been thinking about my story all day, and I still don't know how to end it. Remember, you're the author, she says, without even looking up. You can do whatever you want. So I get my pencil and I start with a bunch of stars. Then I add a few exclamation marks. My sister told me exclamation marks make things exciting, and she's right. It is exciting. I add a couple of slanty lines. What's going on? Asked my sister, looking up from her book. It's nighttime and the stars are out. The shark has gone away, and we decide to take a walk on the beach. That's when we discover this giant rocket ship. That sounds cool. Then what happens? We hear a voice. It's counting down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! Not yet, I say, adding one more squiggle. Just before the rocket blasts off, we spy a Martian looking out through a window. The Martian invites us to climb aboard. That's a great ending. Now I have an idea for my next story. It's going to be about a boy who climbs aboard a rocket ship and takes a trip to Mars. And I think I know just how to begin. And there he goes, boys and girls, off with the Martian. What will I discover in kindergarten? This week, we are exploring lots of new ideas. We are going to be learning to read and write and sharing our ideas, just like the boy in the story did.